Hi, Anushka. I cannot hear you if you're speaking.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so wait for just few minutes. Vamsi will be there.
Okay, okay, sure.
Hi, Vamsi. Hi, Anushka.
Hi, Vamsi. Good afternoon. Good evening, sorry.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. So, I hope I interviewed you one. Is that true? Or
This is the final round of interview. Okay.
do you remember?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I
that
do remember your name. I have given the interview to you, but Anushka told me this will be the final round of interview for me. So I don't know. She must have some confusion.
okay, one second. 1 second. Please
Yeah,
be alert.
yeah.
I will come back. Yeah. Okay. So, what is the? I hope you know me also. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember the interview.
okay, okay. So, okay. Uh, can we directly discuss something which I need to check so that we can take it forward?
Sure.
So, can you explain your current day-to-day activities?
So, see, in my last organization, I was my like my client was giving the requirement through the mail or to the discussion wherever the daily meeting was there, or the uh, a weekly meeting was there to the client. So they were sharing the requirement with me, like verbally, or the discussion, any whatever the discussion was there, and they were uploading the all the requirement on the mail. According to that, I will do the changes on my uh, existing data or the dashboard. Or if as a day-to-day Power BI developer, activities, I gather the requirement from the client, like understand the business needs, and yeah.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Okay, understanding the requirement, getting the data, and what is the business need, translating into the analytical solution, and take the data from the source file, and through the using SQL or Excel, and do the into the Power Query. We do the transformation, whatever the transformation we need to require through the query language, DEX function, or the clean transform the model. And then after that, we'll do the modeling part in between the table. It can be many one to many, or many to one relationship. And then we'll build the report and the dashboard development, like building an interactive Power BI report with optimized data model, or by using DEX and all. And then we'll do the performance optimization, during the um, making the transformation into the Power Query or the table. We do the performance optimization, like whatever the data is required, we'll those table in the column only. Rest we will not use, because in future, if the data is higher, it will create a redundancy there. And then we'll do the performance optimization by for the improving report performance by tuning decks, reducing model size, and optimization query. Then after that, we'll deploy the maintenance, like we'll publish the report into the Power BI services. And if required, we'll set up the row level security there. And after that, whatever this will happen during the discussion. Whatever the changes they need to require, we'll do the all the changes on the real time basis. After everything is done, then we'll collaborate with the stakeholder, and we'll understand them what is the report, and make them understand how to use it. And if any changes there, they'll then according to that, we'll provide the changes if they need to required. So this was my task.
Okay, nice. So, did you ever work with multiple facts in the same model?
Uh,
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 okay.
yeah, I'm sorry, Vamsi. Your voice is coming, but I'm getting multiple voices from like
Okay.
from your side.
Oh,
So your question was, I have worked with multiple fact in the table, like in Power BI model common.
did you ever work with multiple facts in the same model?
Yes, I have worked with the multiple fact in the table, like same Power BI model in common, especially in complex business scenario like sales and finance reporting. So like my approach was into the star schema or a snowflake schema. I structured the data model using a star schema, ensuring the fact table are connected to through common dimension table. If we have you're saying something? Like if we have fact to fact relationship, if necessary, I create in like inactive relationship between fact table and activate them using a user relationship and tags.
Okay. So when you were using the multiple facts, what are the considerations you are going to take?
If we are using multiple facts, so the transformation we can use a proper schema design. Like we'll ensure the both fact table are connected through shared dimension table. Like for example, data, product, customer, and will avoid a direct fact to fact relationship unless it is necessary. And then we'll do the like we create a one to many relationship between dimension table and fact tables, if it is needed, so we'll use inactive relationship and active them using a user relationship. And we can
Okay. Suppose in the report I need time travel KPIs on top of it. Okay. Time travel KPIs on top of both the fact tables. Then exactly what needs to be done?
Okay, if we need if we get the time travel KPI, so what we can do, will ensure a common date dimension is there. We'll create a single date dimension table and link both fact table to it. Like we'll avoid multiple date table to maintain consistency.
Okay.
Set a date table as mark as date table in Power BI, and we'll use the same date dimension to the for time intelligence. Like both fact tables should use the same date dimension table to ensure consistency on the time based calculation. Or we'll create a separate measure for each fact table. Like instead of using calculated column, we'll create a measure for each KPI. For example, sales fact table and finance fact table that way.
Okay. So, what is the usual cardinality between a fact and dimension in star schema?
Like in star schema, basic cardinality is one to many. Like the dimension if we have, for example, we have date, product, customer contain unique value, it's primary key column. And the fact table, for example, sales, finance, so it stores transactional data with foreign key reframing with the dimension table. So a single record in the dimension table can be linked with the multiple record in the fact table.
Okay.
Yes.
If many to many ambiguity is there, apart from bridgeable, how can you address?
Like if the many to many like ambiguity will be there, so what we can do is we'll use a bidirectional relationship. Like in Power BI, allow bidirectional filtering, which can help resolve many to many issue, but should be cautious to avoid performance issue. Like for example, if you have sales fact and return fact, so both link to customer, so you can enable bidirectional filtering between customer and sales, but not across the table.
Okay. And suppose you have huge volumes of the data. Okay. When do you go for direct query? When do you go for import mode?
See, if we have like huge data, so it's up to the data volume, how much volume data we have. So like when like on the real time or real time basis, when your data need to be refreshed frequently, like it's a live data, for example, stock market or IT. So for the large data set, we'll go for the direct query, like a direct query, like prefer the data
I
for.
lost you. I lost you suddenly.
Yeah.
Means I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Okay. Okay.
Now it is okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that. See, if the data is large, so according to that, if the we need to require the real time data, for example, live dashboard and frequent data, we need to like a stock market, and for that we'll use the direct query mode. And for if it is up to 10 GB data, so we'll use the import mode there. Like it's for the better performance we'll use the import mode, and if data is more than 10 GB, so we'll use the direct query mode. So I'll prefer the
Okay.
to the import mode more, because like then you can work on the offline mode as well.
Okay. Did you ever worked on Power BI tenant management?
Power BI talent management I haven't worked on, but the scene is in it is key responsible involved, like managing into the Power BI, like it ensures security governance and performance optimization, like for the admin portal if you're using. So yeah, I was the like single Power BI developer there, so I have done some bit of work for that, for the like to configure
No.
the admin portal, like a premium public and buying the licensing and control data storage for the like how to schedule the refresh and all that I have done.
Okay. How do you implement dynamic row level security?
See, row level security, when you want to restrict the data according to the user. So when you need to require when you restrict the data according to the user, and it can be for you have to mention the role according to that. Like if you have multiple user there, so then you put the dynamic security there. So you can it is like you can you will restrict the data access based on the logged in user, like credentially, like what you can do, you can create a security table. So it should contain the user email ID and their associated data access role. So then you can go to the manage role, put the criteria there according to the user. You can restrict a dynamic row level security there.
Okay. So how do you rate yourself in SQL and DAX out of 5?
If you talk about out of 10, I can rate myself in SQL as a 6 and DEX as 7.
Okay. When we will use scatter plot?
So when you have to you have to do the correlation analysis to check the two variable or related value, like for example, sales versus advertising spend, outliner deduction, like identify anomalies in data, like for example, usually high sales for a low marketing budget. And for the cluster analysis, like if you want we do want to do the grouping data point based on the similarity. So that way we can
Okay.
do. So for example, in x-axis we'll do the marketing spend, and the y-axis we can see the revenue, and for the size we'll put the bubble for the customer count.
Okay. Can you share your screen and open your notepad so that you can write some small SQL query?
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes. You have a sales table. Columns are month,
Sales table.
month. Columns are month, product ID, month, product ID, units sold. Okay. Now for Jan to 25, December 24, Jan 25, Feb 25.
Hmm.
You have product ID 1 and the units sold are 50, 60, 70.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
For December 2024, Jan, Feb 2025, for product ID 2, you have 40, 30, 50.
Hmm.
These are the units sold. Okay. Now, you're writing a SQL query such a way that get the product ID for which the last 3 consecutive months units sold is in upward trend.
Okay. If you have to repeat the same stable structure multiple times, so we can we have to we need to with the sales table. Okay, we have to we can create a dex measure, for example, uh, total sales moving average.
That's it from my side.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.